The 3 a.m. nightmare. There's an experience that millions of people over 60 understand all too well. You climb into bed at 10 o'clock, exhausted after a long day. Your eyes close, your body begins to relax, and then, like some invisible alarm clock, your eyes snap open. You glance at the clock. 3 in the morning. And what follows is all too familiar. The racing thoughts, the worries about your health, your children, your grandchildren, the mental checklist of things left undone. You lie there waiting for dawn, drowning in exhaustion. If this sounds like your story, I want you to know something important. You are not alone. According to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, more than half of all adults over 65 report significant sleep difficulties. And here's what troubles me most. So many people have simply accepted this as an unavoidable part of growing older, but science tells us something very different. In today's video, I'm going to share 5 natural methods, backed by peer-reviewed research, that may help improve the quality of your sleep. No pills, no expensive supplements, just simple adjustments you can start tonight. We'll explore everything from the surprising secret of your feet to a relaxation technique used by military pilots, specially adapted for older adults. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What time do you usually wake up in the middle of the night? And can you fall back asleep? Share your story. I read and respond to every single comment. If you or someone you love is struggling with sleep, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss our weekly health videos. Now, let's start by understanding why our sleep changes after 60. To solve any problem, we first need to understand what's actually happening. According to research published in the journal Neuron in 2017 by Professor Matthew Walker and his colleagues at UC Berkeley, our sleep architecture changes dramatically as we age. There are 3 critical changes you need to know about. First, we lose deep sleep. By the time we reach 70, our deep sleep, what scientists call slow-wave sleep, may decrease by as much as 60 to 70% compared to our younger years. This is the stage of sleep most essential for physical restoration and memory consolidation. Second, we wake up more frequently. A major meta-analysis by O'Hyon and colleagues in 2004 found that older adults typically wake 3 to 4 times per night compared to just once or twice for younger people. Third, our pineal gland produces less melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that signals to your body that it's time to sleep. As production decreases with age, many older adults feel sleepy earlier in the evening and wake earlier in the morning. Now, an important word about sleep medications. When sleep becomes difficult, many people turn to sleeping pills for quick relief, and in some short-term situations, under a doctor's guidance, this may be appropriate. However, I want you to be aware of some concerns that researchers have raised. A 2018 meta-analysis published in the journal Age and Aging analyzed data from thousands of older adults using Z-drug sleep medications. The results showed that the risk of falls and fractures increased by 30 to 90% compared to non-users. Why does this happen? After 60, our liver and kidneys process medications more slowly. This can create a lingering hangover effect that persists into the following morning, affecting balance and reflexes. Let me tell you about Evelyn. Evelyn is 67 years old. She had been taking sleep medication for 5 years. She believed it was the only way she could get any rest at all. But over time, she began noticing small things. She forgot her grandchildren's names. She missed doctor's appointments. She felt unsteady on her feet. One morning, she nearly fell in her bathroom. That was her wake-up call. She talked to her doctor about trying other approaches. With proper medical guidance, she gradually reduced her medication and began incorporating the natural techniques we'll discuss today. Now, this brings me to something critically important. If you are currently taking any sleep medication, do not stop on your own. Always consult your doctor before making any changes to your treatment plan. With that said, let's move on to our first natural method. Here's a question for you. What does your body need to fall asleep? The answer might surprise you. It needs to cool down. According to research by Dr. Kurt Kreutzke published in Sleep Medicine Reviews in 2007, your core body temperature needs to drop by about 1 to 1.5 degrees Celsius to initiate sleep. This is the most powerful biological signal telling your brain it's time to rest. But here's the problem. As we age, our ability to regulate body temperature becomes less efficient. Many older adults experience cold feet or unstable body temperature, and this directly interferes with falling asleep. So what's the solution? I call it the evening temperature ritual. Step 1 is to take a warm bath or shower 1 to 2 hours before bed. Now, this might seem counterintuitive. Why would you warm up your body when you need to cool down? Here's the science. When you bathe in warm water, the blood vessels in your skin dilate. After you step out, your body rapidly releases heat into the environment. This creates a quick cooling effect that your brain interprets as the signal to sleep. Research from the University of Texas in 2019 found that a warm bath of 40 to 42 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes, taken 1 to 2 hours before bed, reduced the time it takes to fall asleep by an average of 36%. Step 2 is what I call the foot secret. If your feet are cold, blood can't circulate properly to release heat from your core. The solution is simple. Soak your feet in warm water for 15 to 20 minutes before bed. Or wear a pair of thin, breathable socks to bed. When your feet are warm, blood vessels dilate, allowing heat to escape from the center of your body. This is nature's sleep switch. One important note: if you have circulation problems or diabetes, always check the water temperature carefully and consult your doctor before trying foot soaks. Now let's talk about one of the most common reasons older adults wake in the middle of the night with a racing heart or a sense of unease. It's cortisol, the stress hormone. After 60, our circadian rhythm becomes more sensitive to disruption. Habits that seem harmless during the day can create serious problems at night. The 3-2-1 rule helps optimize your biological environment before sleep. 3 hours before bed, stop eating. When your stomach is busy digesting food, your body temperature rises. This is the exact opposite of the cooling signal your brain needs. Avoid fatty or sugary foods in the evening especially. Research shows that high-sugar foods can stimulate your adrenal glands to release adrenaline, making it harder to sleep. 2 hours before bed, stop worrying. This is when you need to close your mental office for the day. Financial concerns, family issues, unfinished tasks, they can all wait until tomorrow. Here's a helpful technique. If something is weighing on your mind, write it down. We'll discuss this more in method number 2. Then tell yourself, I will deal with this at 9 tomorrow morning. 1 hour before bed, turn off all screens. Blue light from televisions, phones and computers suppresses melatonin production. Your brain gets tricked into thinking it's still daytime. Instead, try reading a physical book, not an e-reader with a backlit screen. Listen to soft music or a relaxing podcast. Have a gentle conversation with a loved one. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert is 72. He was waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, heart pounding, unable to fall back asleep. When we looked at his habits, we discovered 2 things. He drank strong tea every afternoon, and he watched the evening news right up until he fell asleep in front of the television. News, especially stressful news, activates your brain's alert system. It floods your body with cortisol right when you should be winding down. Robert made 2 changes. He switched to caffeine-free herbal tea after 2 in the afternoon, and he turned off the television an hour before bed, replacing it with classical music. Within 2 weeks, his middle-of-the-night awakenings had decreased dramatically. A quick note about caffeine. Caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours. This means if you drink coffee at 3 in the afternoon, half of that caffeine is still in your bloodstream at 9 at night. For older adults, this clearance time can be even longer because the liver processes substances more slowly. What if I told you there's a mineral that research suggests may help calm your nervous system? That mineral is magnesium. Magnesium plays a crucial role in over 300 enzyme reactions in the body, including the regulation of GABA, a neurotransmitter that helps quiet excitatory signals in the brain. Here's the problem. Many older adults are deficient in magnesium without even knowing it. According to research published in the journal Nutrients in 2016, an estimated 50 to 90% of people over 60 don't get enough magnesium in their diet due to dietary changes and decreased intestinal absorption. So how can you get more magnesium? Through food, you can eat dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, nuts such as almonds, cashews, and pumpkin seeds, black beans and lentils, fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, bananas and avocados. You can also try an evening drink. Some people find it helpful to mix magnesium glycinate powder into a cup of warm water. Glycinate is considered one of the most easily absorbed forms and tends to be gentler on the stomach. Check the product label for dosage guidance, or ask your pharmacist. One important note: before taking any magnesium supplement, please consult your doctor. This is especially important if you have kidney disease, heart conditions, or take any medications that might interact with magnesium. There are also foods you should avoid in the evening. Dark chocolate contains caffeine and theobromine, both of which can be stimulating. High sugar foods can cause blood sugar swings during the night. Spicy foods may trigger acid reflux when you lie down. And alcohol, while it might make you feel drowsy initially, disrupts deep sleep cycles and often causes middle-of-the-night awakenings. Let's talk about the silent enemy of sleep: racing thoughts. Have you ever lain in bed, eyes closed, while your mind spins through 100 different worries? The doctor's appointment tomorrow, the phone call you forgot to make to your son, the bill you haven't paid. Our brains have a peculiar characteristic: they hate open loops, tasks or thoughts that haven't been resolved. Your brain will try to keep these in active memory so you won't forget them, even when you're trying to sleep. The solution is what I call the bedside journal. Research from Baylor University in 2018 compared two groups of people. One group spent 5 minutes before bed writing a list of tasks they needed to do the following day. The other group wrote about tasks they had already completed. The results were fascinating. Those who wrote about future tasks, essentially downloading their mental burden onto paper, fell asleep significantly faster than the other group. Here's how to do it. First, place a small notebook and pen on your nightstand where you can easily reach them. Every night, before turning off the light, spend 5 minutes writing. List at least 3 things you need to do tomorrow. Write down any worries that are circling in your mind. After you finish, say to yourself, either out loud or silently, "These things are now on paper. I will handle them at 8 tomorrow morning. My brain has permission to rest now." If you wake up in the middle of the night with an anxious thought, don't try to solve it in your head. Turn on a soft light, write the thought down. Then lie back down. Why does this work? The act of writing transfers responsibility from your brain to the notebook. Your frontal lobe, the part of your brain responsible for planning and worrying, is released from pressure. This allows your brain to shift into rest mode. And now we've arrived at the most important method of all. This is a technique developed by the United States Navy to help pilots fall asleep quickly under any conditions, even sitting upright, even surrounded by noise. After weeks of practice, 96% of pilots could fall asleep within 2 minutes. I've adapted this technique to be gentler and more suitable for adults over 60. There are 4 steps. Step 1 is to relax your face. This takes about 30 seconds. Close your eyes. Release all 43 muscles in your face. Let your tongue fall naturally in your mouth, not pressing against the roof. Let your jaw drop slightly. Your mouth may open a little. Relax the muscles around your eyes. Imagine your eyeballs sinking gently back into their sockets. This area holds more tension than any other part of your body. When your face relaxes, your brain receives a signal that there is no danger, no need to stay alert. Step 2 is to drop your shoulders and relax your arms. This also takes about 30 seconds. Let your shoulders fall as low as they can go, as if you're setting down an incredibly heavy backpack. Relax your right arm first. Start with your upper arm, then your forearm, then your hand, then each finger. Imagine your arm is melting into the mattress. Repeat with your left arm. Step 3 is slow belly breathing. This is the core of the technique and takes about 60 seconds. If comfortable, place one hand on your belly to feel your breath. Breathe in through your nose, slowly, for 4 seconds. Let your belly rise. Hold for 4 seconds, or 7 seconds if that feels comfortable. Breathe out through your mouth and through your rhines. Breathe your mouth slowly. For 6 to 8 seconds, let your belly fall. Repeat this for 4 to 6 cycles. If you have any respiratory or heart conditions, breathe at whatever pace feels comfortable for you. Do not force yourself to hold your breath if it causes any discomfort. Why does this work? When your exhale is longer than your inhale, you activate the vagus nerve. This is the main nerve of your parasympathetic nervous system. It sends a signal to your brain that says everything is safe, you can relax now. Research from Stanford University shows that slow, deep breathing can reduce heart rate, lower blood pressure, and shift the body into a relaxed state within just a few minutes. Step 4 is to clear your mind. This takes about 30 seconds and is often the hardest part. If thoughts still arise, don't fight them. Instead, try one of these 2 techniques. The first is visualization. Imagine yourself lying in a small canoe on a perfectly still lake. Above you is nothing but clear blue sky, or imagine yourself lying in a soft hammock in a completely dark room. The second is repetition. If thoughts keep appearing, repeat a simple phrase in your mind. Don't think, don't think, don't think. Do this for about 10 seconds. This occupies the space where anxious thoughts would otherwise take hold. One crucial point. This technique requires practice. Don't be discouraged if it doesn't work perfectly the first night. Military pilots trained for approximately 6 weeks before they mastered it. Be patient with yourself. Each night you practice, your brain becomes more familiar with this new signal. Conclusion and call to action. We've covered a lot of ground today. Let me summarize the 5 methods. Number 5, the temperature connection. Take a warm bath 1 to 2 hours before bed and keep your feet warm. Number 4, the 3-2-1 rule. Stop eating 3 hours before bed. Stop worrying 2 hours before bed. Stop screens 1 hour before bed. Number 3, magnesium. Increase your intake through food or, with medical guidance, through supplements. Number 2, the brain dump journal. Write down your worries and tomorrow's tasks before you sleep. Number 1, the military relaxation technique. Relax your face, drop your shoulders, breathe slowly with your belly. There's one truth I want you to carry with you. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a biological necessity. It's when your brain clears out accumulated waste. It's when memories are consolidated. It's when your body repairs itself. Do not accept sleepless nights as an unchangeable fate. Yes, aging changes how we sleep. But with the right adjustments, you can significantly improve your sleep quality. Here's what I'd like you to try this week. Choose just one method from today's video. Just one. Practice it every night for 7 days. Don't try to change everything at once. After 7 days, come back to the comments and tell me which method you chose and whether you noticed any changes. I read and respond to every comment. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. It helps YouTube share this video with others who need it. Share it with friends or family members who are also struggling with sleep, and subscribe to the channel with notifications on, so you don't miss our weekly health videos. One final reminder, if your sleep problems persist, if they're severe, or if they're affecting your quality of life, please see your doctor. Sometimes insomnia can be a sign of other health issues that need proper diagnosis and treatment. I'm your health companion, wishing you a wonderful night's sleep. Goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.